I am so happy that you got to come and visit me. How many years has it been since we've seen each other? Can you believe it? That is so long. That's way too long. I'm so glad you're here. Yes, I still put ice in my chocolate milk. Even after all these years. I sure do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you know me, I've always been this way. I have to have ice in my chocolate milk. And I have to, yes, I still put ice in my cereal. I know. But you know what? I'm not the only one, because I have seen it. I have actually seen things online where other people say the same thing, that they put ice in their cereal to keep the milk cold. So I'm not that unusual. Well, it's just been way too long since we've had a chance to be together and talk and reminisce about old times. Yes. I know. Just waiting for you to come here. I was thinking back over so many times that we just had so much fun together. I know. Well, do you remember the time? I don't remember how old we were. Maybe you can remember, because I'm not 100% sure, but do you remember the time that you came to my house early in the morning? Your mom dropped you off and you came and climbed up the side of my house and like went through the window to hang out with me for the day. That was so much fun. Oh my gosh. Did we get away with that, or did we get caught? I know, I can't remember either. It was hilarious though. I think we did get caught because it seems to me like my mom's friend that lived just down the street, I think she ratted us out because she saw you climbing up through the window, and I think she told her. Because it seems like I remember getting in trouble for that. Oh man, those were some fun times though. Oh, I know. Yeah, some of the best times that I remember us having was when we used to go to the skating rink on Saturdays. Mm-hmm. I know, wasn't that fun? And that's how we met. Remember? Yeah, I'll never forget that. It was so cool because I went down there, and I remember we were in the that little area where you change into your skates and everything. And I don't remember how we started talking, but somehow we struck up a conversation. Yeah, and I remember you telling me that kids used to tell you all the time that you look like that girl Blair on, I think it was The Facts of Life, the blonde girl. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I remember you did kind of look like her to me at that time. Oh yeah, I know. I remember all the times that we used to go, and after we'd skate for a while, we would go upstairs and walk around in the mall. And I still remember how you used to be the one that was always getting the attention. Yes, you did. You did, and you know it, because you were so beautiful. Not that you aren't now, because of course you are. But I remember, I mean, as young as we were, I mean, you look like a model. And I can still remember how guys would be like following us around and stuff, and they would always talk to you. Yeah, well, they were definitely too old. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you never actually, went out with any of those people. Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. Well, what was that guy's name? Roger, that used to come down there, and he was a hockey skater. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, you still talk to him? Oh, wow. Well, how is he doing? Oh, well, that's good. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I had the biggest crush on him. I think he was my boyfriend for, what, like a week or something? Yeah. I know. Oh, I used to love that when suddenly they would turn the lights down and they would announce that it was couples skating only, couples and trios only. Yes, I know. Well, didn't we do that once? The three of us, you, Roger, and me, we all skated together. That was so much fun. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, I can remember there were times when we didn't have anybody to skate with, and so it would just be you and me, or you, me, and Laura, or you, me, and Debbie. Those were some really great times. I miss those days. Yeah. Well, those were happy memories. And now here we are, decades later. I can't even hardly get over it. I'm so excited that you're here. Oh, wow. And it's so hard to believe that you're a mom now, that you've got grown kids. That is so hard to comprehend. It really is. It's like, where did the time go? I know, it seems like it just flies. I mean, when we were kids, it seemed like time moved so slowly. But now it's like you blink and another year's gone. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know, it's so bizarre. I mean, getting older, isn't it just like weird sometimes? Do you ever think about that? Yeah, I know I do all the time. I look in the mirror and I'm like, who is that? And then if I look back and I look at pictures or something from years ago, I'm like, who was I? It's so crazy to think how much we change over the years. Yeah, well, luckily we've changed for the better, I think. We've grown up. I think we're making better choices now than we used to. Yeah. Yeah. It's so funny because it's like I remember when I was young, I remember my mom used to tell me, oh gosh, you kids and that music and Yeah, they used to always, I remember my parents used to always talk about, the music I listened to and, things that I would want to do. And they would be like, trust me, I was your age once. Yeah. It's like they knew that there were things that we shouldn't be doing. Yeah, I think a lot of times, kids don't realize that, when older people give advice like that, it's because they were that age at one time. Yeah, and they know that, some things, yeah, kids have to be kids and they have to do things and they have to learn from mistakes. But sometimes there are things that, kids really shouldn't do, and our parents tell us, that's not a good idea, and no, you shouldn't do that. And it's like now that I'm an adult, even though I don't have kids, I can see, where they were coming from, because I see so much of it now, on social media and stuff like that. I see things and I'm like, man, that never would have been okay in my day. Never. Yeah. I know, well, that's the thing too. It's like, when you and I were kids, we didn't have the internet and social media and, cell phones and tablets and stuff. Oh my gosh. We didn't have any of that stuff. But you know what? I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I know. I loved my childhood, being able to go outside and play. That's how I would spend my days. I would wake up, and it'd be like 7 in the morning or something. I'd wake up, I'd bound out of the bed, I would throw on some clothes, run outside, jump on my bicycle, and start riding around. I used to have so much fun outside, and I don't think kids really do that much anymore. It's kind of sad. Us going to the skating rink on Saturdays. That was just something that I will hold and cherish forever, because those were such happy times when people actually talked to each other face to face, had conversations, and didn't spend all their time, isn't that sad? It is to me, yeah. It's like I look around and I see these young kids today, and they're like, there'll be 5 or 6 kids, sitting around together. None of them are looking at each other. They're not talking to each other. They're all on their phones, doing this stuff. And it's like, what happened? What happened? I love modern technology, and I love that we can do things like that. It's wonderful. But at the same time, kids today are just they're not experiencing life like you and I did, And I'm so glad that I didn't have all that stuff when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I was using my imagination to have fun. Exactly. Yeah. Pretending things and going out in the backyard and making mud pies and riding my bike around the backyard and things like that. That was so much fun. But I just don't think kids today are really doing that. I don't see it anyway. Yeah. Well, I know that I am thankful for our friendship. I am so glad that we met that day at the skating rink, and that we made so many memories together, going to Duran Duran concerts together, and oh God, oh I know, you had the chicken pox. Oh, I'll never forget that. Oh God, I felt so sorry for you. Oh my gosh. I couldn't believe it that we wake up the morning of the concert, our very first Duran Duran concert, and you were breaking out with chicken pox. Oh, I was so sad for you, but you pulled through it. You were not about to give up on that chance to go see them. You were like, I don't care. I can't believe your mom actually let us go, but she was so cool. That was so nice of her to take us all the way to Raleigh to see them. And you sick, but she knew how much that meant to you, and I thought that was really cool of her to still take us even under those circumstances. You poor thing. Well, I'm glad that we've stayed friends all these years, even though we haven't seen each other. I mean, that is the one good thing that I think has happened with social media, is it's allowed people to reconnect, even though we live thousands of miles apart, and we've still been able to talk to each other and connect with each other over all these years since it came along. And I am thankful for that. But I do wish, though, that more people would take more time to actually experience life. Yeah. I mean, it's wonderful to have all these things and to do it whenever, you don't have something else better to do, or if it's a rainy day or something like that. But on a beautiful day, go outside, go for a bike ride, go for a walk, go to the park, go do something and actually experience life. Don't just sit there, staring at a screen all day long. And that's why I love riding my bike. I'm happy that that's my only form of transportation. I mean, there's times that I miss, not having a car, but I absolutely love riding my bike. I never grew up when it came to that. It's like I'm still a child inside, it's like, and I still get that same joy when I go out and ride my bike, especially on a beautiful day. Oh man, I love that. Well, see, that's something that you and I have to do while you're here. We'll have to get you a bike from somewhere and go for a bike ride. Go ride to the beach. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Well, I'm glad you're here, and I could sit here and talk to you all night long, but I know that you're probably tired from your trip. I should probably let you get some sleep. But we can get up bright and early in the morning and go do whatever you want to do. Maybe go for that bike ride or something, Go down the street. I know there's a place up the street that rents bicycles. So we can go rent you a bicycle and go for a bike ride. Sounds good. Well, I hope that you sleep well, and I will see you in the morning.